Bom dia, good morning, how are you all? After a very nice weekend, we are back again a half day. So today is actually the half day. In my opinion, it's not a good day to trade. We'll talk about everything, but you can see Monday is USD holiday, so no retail trader or the uh, Wall Street trader, they are not going to trade today. Okay, so there will be no regular trading hour today. Today's price action and tomorrow's price action is going to consider one day. So by Monday and Tuesday, it's gonna be one day, just one day. Okay? So please make sure that you are not in rush to trade today. Most of the time, I will talk about this whole thought process at the beginning of the stream. But before that, I need to make sure that you guys can hear me, and I would love to see how many people are over here who has pushed the like button. All of these things I would love to see before starting this. Okay, let me check. Cat lover Mahdi, Donichu, DB, Sharada. Good morning. Anybody else? I know actually. For me, with me, long time. Sujivan is here. Jonathan is here. Okay, we hear you well. Thank you. Thank you, Sujivan. Sujivan Segaram. Nice name, man. Jonathan, you are here. Thank you, brother, for being over here. Thank you so much. I will start with the whole thought process today. Just make sure that you are listening to me carefully, because trading is nothing if you can understand the first part. Every day I explain, and as I can say, right, like this way, right? I mean, you are with me for so long, and you are already convinced that this guy T2 can predict the price or the direction most of the time right way. I believe that some of you are with me for so long and you guys are convinced by me that okay, this guy is most of the time his direction is right. So how do you get that direction right? And if the direction is right, you are in a right day, high probable day. You have seen last week from the second week of February how beautifully I read the price, how beautifully the price react with the algorithm or with the price action was so beautiful. So this is the fun of trading, but all of these things start to happen before the trading. Okay, so every day I open my stream, I explain how today I'm going to trade. So today I will go in details the whole thought process. Jonathan is here. Juan Carlos is here. Thank you, brother, for being here. Jinshit P. You are new, brother. Jinshit P. I can see you are my member as well. How didn't I notice you? By the way, welcome to our channel, Jinshit. Devil, bro, don't get any mentorship video. Bro, don't get any mentorship video. Sorry, brother. I will go back to Bangladesh end of this month, 26th of February. So almost every time outside of this, I mean this what to say, I mean this live streaming time, I spend outside of the home. That is why when I came back, I feel so tired. I don't have the energy to make the video, just because of I mean planning to go back to Bangladesh. That is why. Okay, I don't know what to say, but I'll try to make it today. I'm not sure, but I'll add one more video today. I have to make it. Every day I plan, but when I came home, I feel so tired. So that is why, man. Hey, Jonathan, thanks for believing, man. So let other people to join. I mean, let's wait 3 more minutes. So around 9:05, we'll start the whole process from the very beginning in details. Just wait a bit for other people to join. Outlander, Jack T, Tamimi, Mahdi, you guys are here. Ketan, then Teamed, Buro. I mean then Dear Money. Mahdi is here. Okay, Ram is here. Sujivan, Devil, bro. I think you should post every Sunday a new video of mentorship course. Yeah, that's a good idea, Devil. That's a good idea. Yeah, I will do that. It will be easier for me because every week 2-3 videos, it's gonna be very difficult for me. But every Sunday, that's a good idea. I'll do that, man. I will make a video today and then next video I will add in Sunday. That's the best idea, man. I thought that I'll be able to make the video every week, 2 to 3 videos, but it's really so difficult for me. I'll go for that, man. DV is here. Okay, DV, I saw your name. That's why I didn't ask. Gurmit is here. Thank you, brother, for being here. Just wasting little time for so that other people can join. Okay, so like just 2 more minutes, then we will start the whole thought process. Jinchit, you're most welcome, brother. I really don't know how did I miss you. I mean, you are also my member. I can see that, but I never noticed your name before. Uh, okay, so how was the weekend, by the way, guys? I hope that all of you has done your weekly analysis and previous week price action analysis. If you don't do this, you are just, you're not taking trading seriously. If you don't take trading seriously, it's not your platform. I don't think so. In my opinion, that's wasting of time. Every weekend, Saturday and Sunday, you have to do two things. First of all, you have to do the upcoming week analysis and past week price action analysis. Whatever you have done last week, I showed you in Saturday, I guess 3 to 4 weeks ago, I showed you how to do that. So you have to do these two things if you are really serious about trading. Otherwise, it's just wasting of time. Are you able to trade from Bangladesh? Yes, sir. I can trade from Bangladesh. I can do it because I have the documents from Portugal, so I can do it from Bangladesh as well. Tito, are you ICT private mentorship? I am a ICT private mentorship student for 3 months, just for 3 months, because I wasn't believing him, and I was thinking this is all fraud, wasting of time, wasting of money, everything in 2019. So it's been a long, near about 6 years ago. I was the mentorship student just for 3 months. I didn't learn anything from there, nothing at all, because I didn't take it seriously. So saying that you can say that I'm not a private mentorship student because I didn't continue it. I didn't believe in it in that time. You can make 2 lessons in a week, Saturday and Sunday, no lesson more than 30 minutes. Okay, Jonathan, 2, I don't know, but I will be able to make 1. That's for sure. And yeah, of course, it's not going to be more than 30 minutes. I believe so. It's all going to be small video. My mentor is of course ICT, but not the private. I learned everything from his YouTube channel, which is for free. So actually, when I paid, I didn't learn anything, and when I learned, I didn't pay anything. Everything I learned from free. That's why my channel is free. I mean, nothing you have to pay if you would love to learn from here. That is why, because I learn it free, I would love to share my knowledge free. Simple. Okay, guys, it's already 9:06. Let's go to the price action. First of all, I would love to go to the calendar, and from the calendar, you can see Monday is holiday, bank holiday. USD is closed today. So today is not for trading. If you would love to trade today, always make sure that there will be less possibility, less probability to take any kind of trade today. Of course, we can trade until 1 p.m. New York local time, but it's the low probable area. So most of the time you will be wrong over here according to the price action. If you read the market with price action, there is much more possibility that you will be wrong. So try to make sure you are not over trading, you are not over leveraging. The best is go to your paper trade and do the paper trade. Just paper trade. One day is just nothing. Every day is not for trading. The first lesson you should learn from the ICT concept is every day is not for trading, and today is one of that day where you should not trade. Okay, so I'm done with this calendar. In Tuesday we have Trump speak tentative again. Now this guy, when he speaks, what happens nobody knows. So I am not really interested to trade in Tuesday until he's done his trade. I mean speaking. I'm really not thinking that it's gonna be a high probable day to trade until he done his speaking. And of course, you have to be very careful about his tweet, because when he tweet, market go 1 minute 100 handle, 1 minute 200 handle, something like that. In Wednesday, we have FOMC around 2 p.m. without conference. This is not really so important to me, this FOMC, because without conference, the FOMC is kind of PMI, PPI news. Okay, so it's not that much important to me. In Thursday, we have unemployment claims, which is gonna be my best trading day like last week. Thursday was the highest probable week, probable day. This week as well, Thursday is gonna be my most or highly probable trading day. Thursday. Friday we have PMI. In one word, Friday is mental capital preservation day. That means most of the time end of the week or last day of the week is really so hard to trade. So if it is beautiful, we'll be able to trade. If it is not beautiful, there can be a possibility that you will take 1 or 2 losses. But Thursday is gonna be my high probable day where I will give my full potential to get all the profit for this week. That only Thursday. That is the high probable day. So over here, I will go my highest leverage to get my highest profit from that specific day. I hope that it's clear to all of you and you will have an idea which day in that specific week is going to be the high probable day to trade and low probable day to trade. Every Saturday or Sunday, any of these today, you have to open the calendar. You have to have an idea where is going to be your highest probable day. If you don't do that, trust me, you are wasting your time. I'm going to close it. I would love to talk a bit X before going further. Here, I would love to give 150k giveaway. It's because of, I don't know why it seems like 2999. It was 300 followers, actually 3000 followers. Maybe somebody unfollow them. Okay, whatever it is. So I would love to give one account. I bought it and I made it giveaway. So some of you are interested to say that, brother, why you are trading paper trading? It doesn't matter. If I would love to trade, I can just simply this account. I don't need to give you for free, right? I just bought it. I made it giveaway by giving the mail, and now I'm giving it to you. Just giving it to you. Okay, so if you are worrying about my trading, why you are not trading always the funded account or the able account? Sometimes why do you trade in the paper trade? Please don't focus over there. Focus on learning. Don't focus where I'm trading. So if you would love to join here, please make sure that you have do all of these things. Subscribe to our channel, join our Discord absolutely for free. And if you really do that, that will be appreciated. Okay, if you just like it, repost it, and tag your friends, that will be really appreciated. And whoever is not with me in our Twitter, you guys can join us over here to our Twitter as well. You will get the link on the comment box and also the description. Here is the loyalty points. Every single hour you are going to spend with us in our live streaming, you will get 1 point. So far you can see Mahdi, he has 144 point, Tamimi 142. I'm Dres Bhai. If you would love to join to that giveaway, you have to have at least 10 point. At least 10 point. Okay, if you don't have the 10 point, you are not going to be able to participate in the giveaway. I'm sorry for that. Next giveaway, I will just make it for the first 15 people. I'll choose first 15 people and then I'll give the giveaway to first 15 people, whoever has the point. But this giveaway, I'll just go for the, at least you have to have 10 point. Okay, at least. And here is the live streaming. 100 people are watching, 34 likes. Here I just come back to see how many people give me the like. This is the only thing I'm asking from all of you, nothing else, just the like. Give me the likes, nothing else. Here is the chart. And I'm going to go with Nasdaq only. No, the dollar index, no other thing. Just this, this Nasdaq. This is the weekly chart, and you can see this is that open high of that weekly week. The 50% of that week is my interest to see. But before that, this is that all-time high. I have the relatively equal lows over there. Clearly, it seems like that market is going for that all-time high. I would love to go with that now. That market is going for that all-time high. This is the whole thought process. Every weekend, you are going to start with your weekly chart by watching the calendar. This market is bullish, going to take that all-time high, except that 50% of that specific week. If that week stop the market, sent the market lower, that is called accident. That means it started to fall and keep falling for that liquidity. It is accident. By watching this chart, it is clear that market is going for that all-time high. If it react from that 50% of that week, it can fall a bit. How far it can fall? When it will fall, I will just show you where it can fall. But before that, do I have any other level over there from the daily chart? I would love to see that as well. So only the week 50%. If there is anything else from the daily chart, if I go to the daily chart, you can see this is the highest up close body close candle, and this is the last fair value gap. This candle high, this candle low, that is called the last fair value gap. I'm not going for the last fair value gap because last fair value gap job is done over here. I believe that it's gonna be broken. This last fair value gap is gonna be broken, and market is going to take that all-time high. That is that 50% of that week from weekly chart. And from the daily chart, highest up close body close candle, which is my order block. Now as you can see, the week 50% started from there, but as this is the order block, I would love to mark it from the low of that body, candle, and to the high. You can mark two lines. I am going to mark just one line as my week 50% and also the daily order block 50%, which is the mid threshold of that specific order block. Here, this is that 50%. I'm going to mark a line over there, just no other things, not marking it as a week 50%, not marking it as a order block or anything else. The order block mean threshold or anything else. I'll just keep a line and I will remember that this is the week 50% and the order block 50%. Now, if it stop the market, both week 50% and order block 50%, if it stop the market, how far it can fall? There is a fair value gap, but I'm coming to this fair value gap later. First, I would love to come here in weekly chart again. In Monday, what is in my mind? I would love to look for that Friday candle. This is the Friday candle, the last week candle. In Friday, market didn't finish the TGIF. That means the 50%, 20% or the 30% market didn't close over there. So if it didn't finish the TGIF in Friday, Monday and Tuesday, my first intention to see that can it reach for 20% or 30% first before going higher. Okay, I'm going to think that market is going to take that all-time high again. If accident happens, then this week 50% or the order block 50% will hold the market and it will keep falling. It will keep falling. It will keep falling. Maybe for that liquidity or any other level, it will keep falling. That is called the accident. And I will change my mind after seeing that fall. But right now, every single time market will fall, I'll start to think that market will go for that all-time high. I would love to mark two more lines here, and you will remember this. The upper line is 20% of that TGIF, which is not finished by Friday. If that TGIF was finished, then today was a range day for me. That means market will go toward the one direction and it will keep going higher. Sometimes you saw that in Monday, it's a range day. Okay, so expansion day. When it is an expansion day, when market actually make or complete its TGIF in Friday, then you see the expansion day in Monday. If it doesn't finish the TGIF in Friday, in Monday and Tuesday, any of these today, I would love to see that the daily candle will close. I'm going back to the daily chart again. The daily candle will close or respect those level. Okay, so if it respect those level, then I will start to think about the expansion. Now we have come to a point. What point? First, this is that 50% of that week and order block 50%. It can give me some kind of reaction, which is I'm going to expect how much this reaction is going to fall until that 20% of that or that 30% of that weekly candle. What else do you see over here? You can see this candle low and this candle high. There is a gap from the daily chart, which is my daily gap. So either way, I'm going to think that market is coming back to this daily gap before taking that all-time high. Remember, accident can happen, but before, if the accident doesn't happen, what is the accident? Accident is market is not falling any of this level. Instead of that, it has taken that all-time high. This is one type of accident. Another type of accident is market will respect this gap and it will keep falling. It will keep falling. It will break this daily gap. And then we will change our bias and we will think about that fall or any other things. We will talk about that later. But if it started to fall like this way and break all of these lines, that is called accident, which is not going to be our expectation by watching this weekly chart. Now, until now, is it clear to you or is it easy to understand to think about this market, to make a plan. Until now, is everything clear to you or not? If it's not clear, just let me know, because this is the most important part. I'm not going toward the 9:30 today. Whoever interested to go for the trade over there, please go for it. I will just wait at least until 10 to frame a setup, at least until 10, as it is the half day, and most of the people are in rush after the weekend. They know that they are not able to trade the whole day, so they will go for the trade after 9:30. Just they will keep pushing the button. I'm not interested to push the button over there, so I'll wait until 10. Is that clear to you or not? Just let me know. Okay, I'm all in together with my dog and neighbor, as clear as soft water. It's bank holiday. Yes sir, it's bank holiday for USD. I need some more point, please. I need some more reply. Is it clear to you or not? If you are not focusing here, trust me, man, you have no idea how to trade this market. I'm just going everything step by step, and I'm trying to make it much more clear, except my accent or pronunciation. Okay, yes, clear. Okay, I believe that there's no other question. So here, after watching, I had a very empty chart. I marked from the weekly chart just 3 lines. One is that week 50%, second and third is 20%, 30%. Then I come to daily chart. I marked that order block 50% and mark that bullish gap. So from the very high time frame, I know that this market will go for that all-time high. But before going to that all-time high, I would love to expect some kind of reaction from that order block mean threshold as well as the week 50% to until this area. If market doesn't reach here today, then tomorrow first it will come here, then it will start to go higher for that all-time high. If you ask me today what is your bias, then I am bearish. Remember, for longer time I am bullish. How do I know that market is going for that all-time high? If this is not going to hold the market, then market is going for that all-time high. I will change my mind and I will think about that all-time high. Are you going to trade over there? Absolutely not. Before market reaching here, I'm not interested to trade anything. If it works like this way, now here how far it will fall, I don't know. It can fall to this upper one, to the daily gap, or the lower one, maybe until the 50%. I don't know. But until this is not falling, I'm not thinking about the buy. If market started to go higher, that is accident. I'm not going to trade over there. Everything is clear to you. Thank you for that. I'm not going to 4-hour chart, because 4-hour chart I will go if the hourly chart is not clear to me. So if you look to this hourly chart, it's too clean to me. Why is that? Now from the very high time frame, I know that market is coming around this area over here. From this area, if I would love to mark some kind of fair value gap or anything, you can see this is the price action over here. This is the all price action over here. Here, this fair value gap is clean, just 2 fair value gap. Here, I have just 1 fair value gap. So it's not that much difficult to see that market is respecting this fair value gap. If this price action was like that, see this price action over here, if it was like that, I would go to 4-hour chart, would try to mark anything over here. As the price is very clean in 1-hour chart, I'm not going for any kind of 4-hour chart or 2-hour chart, no other chart. Okay, 1-hour chart is clear to me. Now from the 1-hour chart, mostly I'm more interested to mark buy side liquidity and the sell side liquidity. If you take a closer look over here on your left around this area, anything over here, do you see any relatively equal highs? This high, did it make any kind of relatively equal highs over here? No, it didn't make. So this high I'm not worrying about anymore. Above here, do you have any other buy side liquidity from the hourly chart? I would love to mark it below this all-time high. You can see that this high and that high, they're very clean, relatively equal highs, which is my buy side liquidity over here. So I would love to mark that buy side liquidity and that all-time high and this buy side liquidity over here, very clean. I'm not going to mark this relatively equal highs. The reason is it's very near to that all-time high. So if market come here to this buy side liquidity, it will take that buy side liquidity for sure. I'm pretty much confident. So I'm not going to mark it. But of course, you can mark that as well as your buy side liquidity, which is very clean from hourly chart. here you can see this is that obvious liquidity. So what I am going to do, I am going to mark the high. So over here, look over there, I would love to mark it until the high of that candle, which is gonna be my buy side liquidity. So I have these three buy side liquidity over here. Let's look at the sell side liquidity. Do you have any sell side liquidity on your chart? From the hourly chart, do you have any other sell side liquidity on your chart? Okay, just a second. Okay, here from the hourly chart, do you see any relatively equal lows around this line? Above this whole area, I don't have any sell side liquidity over here. So when I don't have any sell side liquidity, I'm not going to mark any sell side liquidity. I don't have any buy side liquidity, I'm not going to mark any buy side liquidity from the hourly chart. Why did you mark those buy side liquidity then? If I saw that this new day opening gap, which I will talk about from 15-minute chart, from the hourly chart, I'm not going to talk about this new day opening gap, but sorry, new week opening gap, I'm not going to talk about that. But from hourly chart, near buy side liquidity is here, near sell side liquidity is there. See this lows here, this is my nearest sell side liquidity. There is no other sell side liquidity above this sell side liquidity. So let me mark it with a shallow run. So I'm going to mark the same thing, shallow run, as my sell side liquidity. Okay, so over here I'm not going to think that this is gonna be taken, but it's gonna be important to me after all of this line are broken. So then it's gonna be important. Right now it's not important to me. It's not important to me as well, because from your higher time frame, you know this line is so much important. So this has the power to stop the market. Let him fall to until this area. So what you are going to think, I'm going to think that it will build some sell side liquidity first, it will go higher for them, then it will start to fall toward that sell side liquidity. After taking that sell side liquidity, it will keep falling until those lines. So it has to build the liquidity first. Until it doesn't make the liquidity, I'm not able to trade this market. Let's go to the 15-minute chart. If you come to this 15-minute chart, I will remove this new week opening gap because I have marked it in my buyer indicator in my 15-minute chart. You will see that. Okay, so this is that new week opening gap. Until market is above this new week opening gap, no sell is valid. When market will go below this new week opening gap, I'm more interested to think about the sell, maybe for this last fair value gap, or maybe this relatively equal lows from 15-minute chart. Just look over here, this low and that low, they're very clean, relatively equal lows. I'm more interested to see market will go for that sell side liquidity from 15-minute chart. If it can reach for that sell side liquidity over here, if you can see any other sell side liquidity above this sell side liquidity, mark them. I don't see it, so I'm not going to mark it. My interest is that market will go through this new week opening gap, and then it will use this new week opening gap as a resistance. It will keep falling for that sell side liquidity. Today is half day, so it can be consolidated. It doesn't need to go for that sell side liquidity, it doesn't need to go for that buy side liquidity. It can just simply consolidate rest of the day. Okay, it can simply do that. Now I'm going to remove this from my chart because you will be able to see it when I'm here. This is that new week opening gap by this week, which is over here on my 15-minute chart. In this small portion of this price, do I know where it is? I mean, just forget about all of this. Okay, it's not over there. If I just show you this, just this price action, is it clear to you or not? Just tell me now. Can you feel where exactly market is reacting and how far you can expect this market will fall? Do you need anything else except this small chart? This is my last question to you, and then I'll just go to 1-minute chart. If I just show you this small portion of this price, because most of the time you saw that my 15-minute chart is like look like this, a very small amount of information over here. But am I confused? Do I know what I'm looking for? Do I know that how to use this candle? What is this line and where it can maximum go? If it would love to fall, where it can fall maximum? Is it enough or not? Just let me know. Because I know that this is new week opening gap. If this is that line, I'm going to expect that it is going to hold. This market is going to stop by this line and it will go through this gap. It will keep falling for that sell side liquidity. Do I need anything? I just need this one candle, just one candle, nothing else. Look over here, nothing else, because I know above here I have nothing. From my higher time frame, I know that I have nothing above there. So this one candle is just more than enough for me. I can feel what is happening over there. Okay, but you will see until this area, no worries, until that area, and this 1 minute chart. Now 1 minute chart, does it look noise to you? Do you know where this market is reaching for? What is this whole price action, how it is going to trade? Isn't it, is it noise to you, or is it like, I know brother why it is falling, how can it, how far it can fall, if it is started to go higher, what should I do? Do you know that or not? Because this one line is enough for you. Just one black line. See this black line? It is enough for you. So from weekly chart to until 1 minute chart, I'm going to go, or I am going to compress everything just by that one line. See this black line? I'm going to compress everything by that one line. If you remember last Thursday, I guess, I compressed everything in a fair value gap. And today I'm going to compress everything in just by one line. This one line is going to determine my bias. This one line. So guys, thank you so much. Let me check how many likes did I get. 67. If you can make it 100 likes, I will be really happy by seeing 100 likes over there. Man, this is the part, if you understand, then you don't need anything. You need just 1 minute and 15 minute chart, because everything you know, this is that line. This line came from weekly chart. It's not from a very lower time. It came from weekly chart. I'm not going to regular trading hour, because you will see that there is nothing. If you go to the regular, see there is nothing, because regular trading hour is closed today. Nobody is trading from the Wall Street. So this is 9:30, market is opened, and let's see if it can keep falling. Okay, so first thing I need, it will build the liquidity. Look at this low from 1 minute chart and this low. It's relatively equal low, so I would love to see that it will make some liquidity. It will go a bit higher, then it will fall for that liquidity. Let's see how it is going to, and if it keep falling, then I have to wait until this new week opening gap is broken without building sell side liquidity. If it keep falling, then I have to wait until either it will build some liquidity or it will close below this new week opening gap. Then it will react from this new week opening gap. It will keep falling. Why it is falling? Do you know that? Of course you know that. You know that why it is falling. Let's say I would love to mark the first presented gap, this one, if it can make at least 5 handle. So I would love to mark this gap. If it can make at least 5 handle, then it's gonna be my first presented gap. This is according to me. Don't get confused. If any of you would love to mark any other gap, please mark for it. I would love to go for this one as my first presented gap, as it is at least 5 handle. Okay, and this sell side liquidity is broken. I'm going to break this. Why this is falling, brother? Why this is falling? If I ask you now, why this market is falling, do you need to depend on T2 anymore? If you need, do you really need to depend on T2 anymore? Here from 15-minute chart, you can see the last parallel gap over here. It can be respected a bit, and everything, you know, over here. So I would love to observe this first presented gap for 25 handle, just for our observation. Last week it worked 3 days, and stop loss will be there. Target will be 25 handle. I don't see any volume imbalance today, so it has to go at least until that gap today. It has to go until that gap, because there is no volume imbalance. If it doesn't give me, then it's okay. Hey Outlander, hey Uche, thanks for that confirmation. Taslimimon, thank you for clearing bias. Okay, now somebody please reply Avneet, because I have no reply for him. I really don't have any reply for Avneet. Why it's falling? Because it is expecting that fall, and if he says do, why we should look for buy? No, man, you don't need to depend on T2 anymore, because he has already explained why it will fall. Okay, everything is explained to you. Just look at the reaction from the 50% of that new week opening gap. It can be a lot of consolidation around this area, because this whole area is too much strong. It's too strong. Okay, so be bit careful over here. But I would love to observe it by 11 handle 2 tick to for 25 handle. Can it provide me any entry opportunity for 25 handle? If it doesn't enter from here, this entry is not valid because there is no volume balance. You can see there is no volume balance. So it has to reach at least until the low of this first presented gap before until this 25 handle. And this 25 handle is almost very near to the new week opening gap low. Do you still trade on bank holiday? Brother, I have already explained everything at the beginning of this stream. You have to watch that part. I waited for near about 10 minutes so that people can join. Right now, I can't go through all of these things, what I have already explained for near about 30 minutes. There was only 3.2k when I came, now 200 away from 10k. Yes, ma'am, I am really grateful to all of you because within 1 year I get 10k subscriber. With my accent, with my pronunciation, with my all of these things, I got 10k subscriber, man. It's really awesome, like unbelievable. To be honest, it's unbelievable. At least for me, I don't know. You guys watch a lot of YouTuber, I don't know, but so far I know that for 1 year, 10k subscribers huge. Okay, this is my bad luck. Okay, market didn't give me the entry over here. This is my bad luck. So this is not the first presented gap entry. I didn't get the first presented gap entry today. At least until now, I didn't get it because if it could take me until 25 handle, I could write down the boom. I was expecting it will keep falling, but it didn't provide the entry opportunity. So I have to wait to see 15-minute candle close below this new week opening gap, then some kind of buy down that will use this new week opening gap as a resistance. Then I will try to think that this market will keep falling for this sell side liquidity. Okay, but it can be very consolidation today as it is the 50%. Sorry, not 50%. It is the half day today. Okay. Guys, just don't forget to push the like button. Now, whoever was with me from 9:30, guys, focus over here. How did you get every day the direction? This is my secret. This is my secret ingredient. I came from very weekly candle, from that weekly candle to until this 15-minute area to show you how you are going to think this market will work. This is called trading, ma'am. If you do that, congratulations. Right now, what I'm watching for, I am more interested to see that it will make some kind of liquidity, engineered the liquidity. Okay, so you can see there is some lows here. So let's see if it can come very near to this lows, then it can start it to go higher. Because if it engineered the sell side liquidity, then started to go higher, that is my area to think about the sell. I would start to look for sell after that buy down. But before that, it has to engineer the liquidity as I don't have any other liquidity. See, no liquidity. Above this liquidity, there is no liquidity. So I have to wait for the engineered liquidity. When I will get that engineered liquidity, I'm happy. And at the same time, look at the low of this new opening gap. So far, it is holding the market. If it can go through this, that is the more, confidence for me that it is broken. This new week opening gap is broken and market is going to fall. But at least I need to see that it has engineered the liquidity. Okay. It is the wizard, and all he says in this market is the must to do, at least for me. Hey Madit, that's a great compliment for me, man. US 100 chart is different from your chart. On US 100 chart, all-time high is taken. US 100 chart is not precise chart. You don't need to think about US 100 chart because that chart is like a forex chart. Okay, so it's not that much precise. If you need the precision, the right price action, you have to come to NQH2025, which is the contract, like contract, real contract. Okay, look, it is engineering the liquidity. I'm very happy to see that engineered liquidity. If it make or engineered the liquidity, I'm more happy to frame a sell setup because now I have the engineered liquidity there. So look at this liquidity level. See how beautiful it is. If it started to go higher now, I will start to frame a sell setup. That is the best case of scenario. Here is one problem is if the body doesn't close below this low, it's a low probability. So I prefer that this candle will close below this line from the new week opening gap. Then the next candle will start to go higher. Because in that type of situation, I can simply say that this new week opening gap is broken. If it keep falling, then I will have nothing to do. I can't chase this market. I'm not interested to chase this market. First presented gap didn't provide me the entry. Okay, so next time when it will come here, I'll frame the same sell setup from this first presented gap. If any of you would love to mark this gap according to ICT, this is that first presented gap, please go for it because I write it down according to me. So I'm more interested to see this gap instead of that gap. In my life, I have seen that this gap doesn't have that much value comparing with that gap. Okay, so if you would love to use this one, please go for it. When I came here, ONT2 below 1K. Okay, happy. You are so long with me then, man. Below 1K. Wow. Okay. Took this short, closed. Miguel, congratulations, brother. At least you got your profit, man. It is the real direction wizard. Hey, Taslim, thanks for that compliment, man. In RTH, there is no 930 candle. If market no sense for making fair value gap. Fair value gap is a candle formation. Why use this fair value gap by 930 candle? Okay. Yeah. You can mark this one, brother. This is the first presented gap, I guess, according to you. So I'll keep it over there, okay? Then you will understand why I have marked that one. I'll just keep it over there. No. Love your analysis, bro. Thank you so much, Sharda. You are so awesome. Really want to meet you. Yes, man, we are going to meet very soon. No worries about that. So let's see how it is going to react. So this is a perfect support zone right now. I really appreciate if it leave this area like this way and start to go higher. If it do that, I'm more confident to take the sell because now I have the sell side liquidity as well, right? Clean sell side liquidity over here. I will be very confident to take that sell. But if it take that liquidity, then I have to wait to see this new week opening gap to make it as a resistance before taking any sell. It has to be broken, then it has to like react from that new week opening gap as a resistance. If it take that liquidity before falling. So let's wait a bit to see how it is going to react. To give my answer, don't ignore question. Sunny, you are new, okay? You have to wait. You have to wait to get your answer, brother. Because this question I have explained thousands of the time. Like I know that there will be new people will come and they will keep asking this question. And now it's really impossible for me to go everything again and again, the same thing. So either you have to watch previous streams where I proved that this is not the first presented gap, that is the first presented gap. Okay, so where I proved day after day, just not one day. Like whenever they come here, I prove them that this is not that much precise comparing that one. So it's all depend on your patience. If you have the patience, watch the previous stream. Otherwise, you have to wait to see why I marked that one. Because when I will show you the live example, you don't need the hindsight price action or you don't need to worry about that. Okay, so this is taken, okay, from the 1 minute chart it's taken. To be honest, if it is taken, I have to wait this candle close, then come back again to this new week opening gap, then it will fall. But if it is a shallow run, it is also acceptable because from 15 minute chart, it seems like a shallow run so far, right? This low has taken by that low with a shallow run. Nobody should close below this line. Then I will have the liquidity. If it doesn't do that, Until there is no sell side liquidity, market is going to engineered. I can't frame the sell before the candle close below this new week opening gap. If it engineered the liquidity closed inside this new week opening gap, I don't care. I will keep looking for sell. But if it doesn't engineer the sell side liquidity and closed inside this gap, I won't be able to take any sell. Simple. Outlander, you are becoming soft. Outlander, you are becoming soft. Really, man. I can't just go through the same logic again and again and again. Okay, it's really so difficult for me. So you have to be patient to see the reaction. It's time to wait. Remember in Friday, what did I do? I came late, I frame a winning trade, then I close my stream. So over there, I was lucky that I didn't came around 9:30, so I didn't have to wait a long. I came exact right time and I frame my setup. Here, as I opened my stream before 9:30, so I have to wait for the scenario. I'm not interested to look for any kind of buy. I'm only interested to look for sell. If there is any selling opportunity, I'll go for that. If there is no selling opportunity, I'm not going to take that. Simple. On my right, it should be the 15-minute chart. I would love to keep it as a 15-minute chart. Okay. So here the body has closed. Look at this. The body has closed below this new opening gap. Very good thing. As well as it has built the obvious liquidity, right? Obvious liquidity. Now it has engineered the liquidity. I'm more happy to frame a sell setup for this sell side liquidity. Now here taking a buy is valid until this first presented gap, but it's risky. Always remember, it's risky until this first presented gap because it doesn't need to reach until this first presented gap. It doesn't need to reach it, but I prefer that it will go until this area, then it will start to fall. So here you can take a risk over there by using this order block, or if there is any fair value gap, you can take a risk depending on your stop loss. Okay, so for example, something like this. Yeah, something like this. You can take a risk over here until this first presented gap because this is an unfinished business as well. If you would love to take this risk, you can go for it. Just make sure that you are not over leveraging. But I'm not going to take the buy. I will frame the sell. But here is the logic that market will reach until this area. Then I will start to frame the sell setup. 935 possible inversion fair value gap. 935 possible inversion fair value. 935, 35, 35. No, it's not. I mean, this way. Yeah, of course, man. Of course, it's not possible. It's the one of the best inversion fair value gap. But as my bias is not bullish, I'm not really interested to frame any kind of buy setup. Okay, so but you can obviously try this one, but make sure that your stop loss is very small. Look, let me change the color. And this gap according to the first fair value gap. Okay, just remember this is that according to the first fair value gap. So you will use this gap. You will see the reaction from that gap. I don't know if this guy is still over here or not. If he is here, you will understand why I don't mark that gap. It doesn't need to come until this order block. Keep that in your mind. It can simply tap to this gap. So I would love to put it to the gap here around this area to look for the, or I can take the buy actually by taking some risk here, 12 handle risk. Okay, I'll go for this if it give me. Okay, just it's risky, but I'll try to take it as the stop loss is just 12 handle, so I'll go for it. Okay. Remember, this buy is risky, but I really would love to take it because there is an unfinished business. So I would love to see that it will finish that business before before falling. Okay, so the unfinished businesses, it will reach until that first presented gap, but it's risky because it is going against my bias. My bias is bearish, so I prefer selling rather than buying. But here the stop loss is small, 12 handle, so I really wanted to take this one. This is that order block here, the mean threshold of that order block. You can mark that as well. I'll just remove this and would love to mark that order block mean threshold here. That is that mean threshold of this order block. Nobody should close below this mean threshold of that order block. So you can mark a line over here if you want to observe that mean threshold of that order block not to be broken. Okay, so you can see that on. If it keep falling, I will do nothing. I will not taking any kind of sell from here. I have to have some higher run first before taking the sell. Some kind of liquidity has to be taken. Now you can say this is taken, the liquidity has been taken, but it's very near to that sell side liquidity. This is that sell side liquidity market has engineered over here. So I can't frame a sell from here. I have to have some buy run first before framing the sell setup. This buy is absolutely so difficult because it is going against my bias. So still I took that risk because the stop loss is smaller, which is just 12 handle. That is why I took that entry. And obviously you will see that I will trail my stop loss too fast. In the meantime, I will take some partial when market will come to this area. So when it will come here, I will close some partial from there to this highest up close body close candle until this area 15 handle. I will take the partial. This area 15 handle. I know it's very small, but my stop loss is 12 handle, so I will try to take the partial around 15 handle. 1:1. If this body can close above that high, this is going to be my propulsion block. So I'm going to believe that this propulsion block is not going to be broken before reaching to this line. I have nothing over here. I randomly put my partial level over there. Just randomly put it over there. I have just nothing. I have to take a partial, so I took it. So this is now my propulsion block. I would love to mark that propulsion block here. If it come until this open, then I'll keep it here. If it doesn't reach until this area, I will mark the high. Right now I'm just keeping it over there, and then later I will readjust my propulsion block. This is that order block. So let me mark all of them. This is the mean threshold of that order block that should not be broken. Please don't copy my trade, by the way. I'm not here to give you the copy trade. I'm here to explain the price action. And this is the order block. Okay. If this market would love to break this propulsion block, it can maximum come until the order block one more time to retest it. I prefer a gap here that will be unfilled. Okay, any kind of gap over there that will be unfilled, that I prefer. Okay, it reached to this propulsion block. Test that propulsion block. I need expansion now, kind of very expansion, boom, something like that. Well, my partial should be to the 50% of that new week opening gap. It is little above that new week opening gap 50%. So let it be over there, at least 15 handle. Let's see if it can give me that. Keep watching this market. Okay, order block, mean threshold, propulsion block is the most sensitive area, so I marked it from here, but actually the high is the propulsion block. Hold this block, this is the propulsion block. All this area is the propulsion block. From here to here, this is that whole propulsion block. It can maximum again, can come back again to retest this order block. It is possible that it will retest this order block before going high. It is possible. Or what else can happen? It can retest the 50% of that propulsion block. Not retest, actually it can come to the 50% of this propulsion block, which is the mean threshold of that propulsion block. Right now I need an unfilled gap that will prove me that, or give me the sign that market is reaching for that first presented gap. If it can make an unfilled gap right now, So right now I'll put my stop loss here now below this mean threshold level, because this swing low I don't want to see it will be shifted. This is my trailing stop loss. Don't follow this. This one, just don't follow this one, the trailing stop loss, because I would love to make it my loss little lower from there to there now. 9 handles. Sometimes I get prematurely stopped out before going higher. Market take that low, then start to go higher again. But I would love to take that risk. Okay, it came here to retest this order block. It is possible. Don't want to see that it will come to this mean threshold one more time. If it started to fall for this mean threshold, that is low probability. Propulsion block can be violated. Fortunately, the propulsion block low is here. So the mean threshold is around this area. The 50% of this propulsion block is over there. So fortunately, I can cover both order block and the propulsion block area by my stop loss. But when the order block level is little below of the propulsion block, that is really so difficult for me to cover by my stop loss. It can retest this order block before going higher again. Why it is falling, brother? Can you please tell me why it is falling? It is very easy, man. Just look over here. What do you see over there? What do you see over there? Anybody can tell me, what do you see over here? Did I tell you something about this? Did I ever tell you something about this? Did I prove it to you ever? This high and that high. What do you see over there? It's not equal high. It's clean highs. Equal high can be left. Clean highs should not be left. Equal highs can be left. Okay, market doesn't need to take the equal highs, but clean highs, which is tick by tick. Look at that candle high over here around this area. Okay, look over there. What is that? 1450. Look at that candle high, 1450. Clean high. It should not be left. So when it made this, retail trader are going to think that, wow, it's a perfect resistance, and I am saying this is a perfect liquidity level. But before reaching over there, I can get stopped out. Market can fall for this low. I don't want to see that. That is why my stop loss is over here. I can get stopped out. This is my trailing stop loss. Don't follow this one. This is my only request. Please just don't follow my trailing stop loss. Now, when I saw this, I'm more confident that this market will go higher. I'm so much confident this is going higher. And that is for sure. No, brother, I'm saying that it will go for sure, because it is not going to take that low. It can fall for that low, but this is the origin low of that setup. So this low should not be taken. Your stop loss should cover that low. I'm trailing my stop loss here because I'm believing this mean threshold is not going to be traded. But if you would love to look for real stop loss, that should be there just below that low, because this low can't be taken. It can't be taken. That is why I'm saying that it's for sure going to take that liquidity, but my trailing stop loss can get stopped me out. Okay, but as the 2nd February approached here, I believe that the precision will work, the price action will work. This is called the precision, which I didn't get before the 2nd February of 2025. Remember, I got stopped out, then it started. So I'm really afraid. In 2024, it was really so difficult to trade. It simply fall until this area. Even sometimes it take that low before taking this high. I'm afraid because last whole 1 year, oh man, last whole 1 year, it was disaster. So here, now I have found unfilled gap. See this gap? You will see that it will be unfilled. So I'm going to mark it. You are going to see the precision now. I'm going to show you the precision. By the way, if it make that gap, If this gap is over here, you will see this will be unfilled by the third candle. That means the next candle is not going to fill this gap. It can come back again until this propulsion block. By the way, I will readjust this gap, or if there is no gap, I'll just remove it from my chart. Then I will wait for the gap. You'll keep watching. This is called precision. I didn't get it. Trust me, man. I didn't get it in 2024. It didn't happen. I showed you that. I told you that it can maximum fall until this order block, and you saw that market simply fall until this mean threshold, stop me out, then keep going higher. That is unusual. Okay? This candle should not fill this gap 100% if it really would love to come here. If this market really would love to come here, it should not fill this gap 100%. Came back again, retested this propulsion block, absolutely okay. Absolutely okay, but it should expand higher now. Should not fill this gap 100% by that specific candle. If it fills this gap 100%, I will keep waiting for that unfilled gap. Now I'm going to remove this gap because this gap doesn't have any value to me. I marked it because of that guy who was asking this is the first presented gap, but I really don't have any idea how to convince you guys this is not the first presented gap. So I'm going to remove this because there will be a lot of line over here. So this candle doesn't fill this gap 100%. If this candle fill this gap 100%, I will start to add more from the breaker block. Low, high, lower low. Breaker block, I will add more from the breaker block. And when it fill 100%, there is a possibility that this market is not reaching for this area because my bias is bearish. So it can start to fall for this liquidity now. Good news is market has these lows now. That means I don't need to think about that low anymore. It can, if it wants to take the liquidity before going higher, it can go for these lows and then respect the 50% of that wick before going higher. But when I see this unfilled gap and then the fourth candle close this gap 100%, I keep waiting for the breaker block to add more for pyramiding my entry. By the way, if it doesn't make the breaker block, it's okay. And remember, I just put my partial in a random level, but it can maximum reach until the 50% of this new week opening gap before falling again. So I took a bit risk. My stop loss is like 3 handle above the new week opening gap 50%. So I took a bit more risk because I will put my stop loss when it will tap to this 50%. I'll put my stop loss to the break even. So if I get stopped out to the break even, I'm okay with that. When it will reach to the 50% of that new week opening gap, because my stop partial is little above of that 50% of that new week opening gap. So I'll be very careful about that. By the way, I'm going to remove this one because this propulsion block has done its job. Okay. It has taken this liquidity. It doesn't need to take that low because liquidity is over here. These lows are the liquidity. It has taken this liquidity here. This is your obvious liquidity now. Look over there. This is your obvious liquidity now. Take that liquidity. I don't need to think that it is going to take that liquidity now. This low doesn't need to take. This stop loss, trailing stop loss over here, just one tick below this low is now safe for me because this should not be taken as the liquidity is over here now. Okay, so it has to take some liquidity. It has taken the liquidity here. I'm going to think that the 50% of that week is not going to be broken. It can maximum reach until the 50% of that week. If it failed to reach until this 50% of this week, you will see the speed. If it failed to reach until the 50% of that week, you will see the speed only. Because it is extremely bullish, it doesn't have to reach until the last fair value gap. See, this is the last fair value gap. That red line is the last fair value gap. So I'll mark a line over here, which is the last fair value gap. I believe that my trailing stop loss will support my logic right now because the price action is little precised. But at the same time, today is actually the holiday, so holiday can be a little messy. So this is the CE that should not be broken. So my stop loss will be little below that CE here. Okay. This is that liquidity market has taken already. It was needed to take some liquidity. It has taken that liquidity here. Now it doesn't need to take that low. It has the liquidity here. It has taken the liquidity. Okay, it doesn't need to take that low. All I will do is I will put my stop loss to the break even when it will tap to this 50% of that new week opening gap, because it has the power to stop the market, send it lower again. I don't want to take that risk just for 3 handle. I don't want to take some loss here. See, this obvious liquidity has taken. I would love to see a fair value gap around this liquidity level. Okay, I'll put my stop loss below that low now. Below that low, because this low failed to take that CE. It has failed here, so it doesn't need to come here to take this low again. To trade this CE again after taking the liquidity. Remember, my bias is bearish, so anytime market is going higher, I don't know how far it will go. I'm predicting that it will reach until this first presented gap, but it can fail to reach until this gap. Right now, I would love to see a gap around this level. Any kind of gap around this level. Now, if it make the liquidity around this level, that is also acceptable. Sorry, the gap around this level, that is also acceptable. But exactly to that level, it is my area to think about the liquidity level. Fair value gap level. This is my strongest fair value gap. If it can make that gap, I'm going to remove this unfilled gap. Okay, no fair value gap, not going to mark it. There is a gap, that is another area to add more if your bias is bullish. I didn't see any breaker block, to be honest. Yep. My mistake. Yes, sir. 958 is the breaker block. Not yet. Yes, sir. You're right. Not yet. But when market will close above that line, this is gonna be the breaker block. But this breaker block is little low probability. The reason is my bias is bearish. Okay, so it is going to fall. It is going to fall either way. How far it will go higher, I don't know that. I'm predicting it will reach until this unfinished business, but as my bias is bearish, it can start to fall from anywhere. So this breaker block is little low probability, but when the candle will close above this breaker block, then you will see if it started to react from this breaker block. You're right, Ben Cruz. My mistake, brother. I didn't notice that. Low, high, lower low. Unfilled gap has been filled. Highest up close body close candle is gonna be my breaker block. So here I should add more if my bias was bullish. Now, as my bias is not bullish, I'm not going to add more. Just I'm going to show it when the body will close above this candle. If the body doesn't close up that candle, it's not going to be breaker block. And look at over here, it's very near to that 50%. To be honest, as my bias is bearish, it can react from this area as well. It doesn't need to even touch that 50%. So I'll be I'm in a little bit problem here. I don't want to see that this market will come back again until the 50% of that bullish gap. Maximum until to the top of this gap, acceptable. But until the 50% of this bullish gap, not acceptable at all. I'm reading the price in front of you guys. Okay, the way I'm thinking, everything in my mind, I'm explaining to you. All your job is to focus on that. So if my bias was bullish, okay, if I knew that market will go higher, or if there was a bullish or buy side liquidity, this is my confident buy that market is going over there. As I don't have the buy side liquidity, I'm framing this unfinished business, predicting that market will reach for that unfinished business to finish, but I don't have the liquidity. Remember, Instead of that, I have the liquidity here, sell side liquidity. So I'm more interested to frame a sell setup. But for framing a sell setup, I have to wait for higher run. If market reach a level here, I will start to frame the sell because it has the sell side liquidity. It has engineered the liquidity there. So let's wait. And this price action is acceptable because today's holiday. So holiday price action should be like this. But still it is working with the precision. You can see the how beautifully the algorithm is working here, respecting the level here. I'm very happy to see that. Oh, by the way, I forgot to I don't know when I remove that. This propulsion block is important because it should be respected now. This propulsion block I removed it. Why I don't remember, but it should be respected now. The high of this propulsion block should be respected. It doesn't need to come until the 50% of that propulsion block again. So the high of this propulsion block should be respected. Market should keep going higher. I saw it, brother. I saw it. The bearish gap, I saw it. So I'm preferring that it will go little higher. Okay. So little higher. Then if it started to fall, I will frame the sell because I have the sell side liquidity. But of course, it can reverse from anywhere. But most probably it will go at least until the 50%, exactly to the 50%. Then it can start to fall. So that's why when it will tap to the 50%, I will put my stop loss to the break even. If I get stopped out, I'm okay with that. So the 50% is exactly there. That is the 50% or the CE of new week opening gap. I prefer that it will at least it will reach until this area, so that I can put my stop loss to the break even and I can be risk free. Okay, so I'll put my stop loss to the break even when it will tap to this 50%. I put my partial here because I just made it 15 handle. I have nothing over here. Randomly I put my partial over there. Random level. This is just a random level. Nothing at all I have over there. By the way, I can see actually more precise way as I have this 15-minute gap. Let me check the 50%. Okay, I will put my stop loss near the 50% of that 15-minute bearish gap. Okay, near the 50% of this 15-minute bearish gap. As I have just nothing, I'll try to take that risk. So until this area, which will be like 18 handle. Okay, this is not the breaker block yet. So if any of you would love to see this one as a breaker block, body has to close above that line first. If the body close above this line, then it is going to work as a breaker block. Until then, it's not the breaker block. Man, I talk too much, right? I'm sorry, guys. I try to shut my mouth, but I can't. When I see the price, I keep talking, I keep talking, I keep talking. I wish that this candle will close above this breaker block because then I will have another bullish period over there. Okay, if this candle close above this breaker block, I will have extra bullish period over there. Nobody closed above this breaker block. That is not valid. It tapped to the 50%, so I will put my stop loss to the break even now because it tapped to the 50% of that new week opening gap. It can start to fall now. My bias is bearish, so it can start to fall now. So what I will do, let me remove this one. I will put my stop loss to the break even. I'm not interested to take any more risk over here as it reached to this area, as I don't have any buy side liquidity. If I had the buy side liquidity, trust me, man, I would hold my trade until that buy side liquidity. As I don't have the buy side liquidity, I can't believe that this market will go higher to trade that first presented gap. I can't just simply think like that way. Anytime it can start to crash. Anytime. So I'll take that risk. Now my stop loss is at the break even. I'm safe. If it works, I'm happy. If it doesn't work, I'm more than happy. It's not a valid breaker block yet because nobody closed above that line. If the body doesn't close above that line, no breaker block is valid here. Okay, the guys are talking about the first presented gap. First of all, either you watch my previous stream or keep watching how this gap and that gap, which one is much more beautiful. If you don't want to do that, then go back last week and mark every single day the first presented gap. I'm marking like 930 candle or 5 handle candle, and watch which one is more precise. Okay, and those guys who are talking about the entry over here and thinking that this is a very difficult situation to trade, why you are trading here, you please watch the first part of this stream from 9 to 9:30. All of you know where the market will go. It's not a bullish market. It is going higher just to provide a selling opportunity. It will fall. Why is that and how it is going to fall? Everything I explained over there. So please watch that part. Okay. No need to worry about this. No need to think about that. Oh, you were wrong. Market is actually falling. Okay, I know that market will fall. Tap to this 50% of this new opening gap. It can start to fall now for this sell side liquidity. Remember, this is the sell side liquidity. Here, it can fall, but I really prefer that it will reach until this first presented gap before falling, and it will engineer the liquidity. Here, you saw this. What do you say? Clean low. Brother, you told that market will never leave the clean low. I would love to see this low will be left here. See this clean low? It will be left here. Why? Because then when market will go here, it will have the reason to come back again to take this clean loss. See this clean loss? Here. This is that clean loss. I prefer that it will be left over there. Market is not going to take that clean loss. It is not going to take that clean loss right now. It will go higher first, then it will come back again for that liquidity. So watch that clean highs over here. This clean highs, how I'm going to leave the clean highs and clean lows in my market. This buy side liquidity should be taken before taking that low, but this sell side liquidity should be left here before market reaching to this level, or at least until the 50% of this 15-minute bearish gap. It should be left here. Okay, I mean, if it left here, that is the best case of scenario, because then I will have the reason to fall. If it doesn't leave, it's okay, but still, if it left it here, it will come back again. My bias is bearish, so I will be more confident to frame the sell, because now I have seen clean lows over here. The guys who are interested about first presented gap and ICT himself, I started to talk about this first presented gap before ICT himself. So I observed it, I back tested it, I analyzed it, then I finally found this one more precise comparing with ICT himself. So I'm not bound to get everything according to ICT, because I have my free will, I have my freedom to read this market. Okay, so this is just a gap, which gap is more precise to me, more important to me. I found this is more precise. I write it down according to me. It's not according to ICT. So if you'd love to use the ICT gap, which is over here, please use this one. I have no problem. I don't know how to make it much more easier to understand. This is my first presented gap. I am going to use it. This is my trading. I will use it. If you want to use this one, use this one. I have no problem with that. I am not saying that this is the first presented gap ICT told to mark. This is not the first presented gap according to ICT himself. You don't need to use this gap. You can simply use this gap, and you can find out any way how to use this gap. And if you ask me to go ICT's video to watch ICT's first presented gap, then you should watch his video where he sometimes mark the first presented gap from 15-second chart, sometimes from 5-minute chart, sometimes from 1-minute chart. And if you find any idea how to mark that, you are most welcome. I didn't get any idea, so I am not going to use it. I hope that it's clear to all of you. I'm going to remove this bearish gap from 15-minute chart. I will just keep seeing this chart, this gap from my 15-minute chart. Okay, and my stop loss, first partial is very near to 15-minute bearish gap, 50% until that area. Okay, so I will put my stop loss a bit higher, just below this relatively equal lows, just below this relatively equal lows, because if this market started to fall for this relatively equal lows, it will clearly trade that gap as well. So my stop loss to the break even is valueless right now. It should not be there. So I'll put my stop loss a bit lower of that liquidity level. And if it can give me at least the first partial, then I'll put my stop loss below the 50% of that breaker block. Now this is a valid breaker block. Remember, as my bias is bearish, it can be violated anytime market can start to fall, anytime. So if any of you took that entry with me, just try to take some partial here, which is near about 15 handle. Try to take some partial over there, 15 handle. No need to hold with me. Please don't copy my trade. Don't go with me. Just go with yourself. I'm here just explaining my understanding. Okay, I'm not here to explaining ICT's understanding. So whatever ICT understand, he's the creator of this concept. So his knowledge comparing with my knowledge is bullshit. My knowledge is comparing with ICT's knowledge is bullshit. I'm not even near to him. Nothing. I'm just nobody. Okay, so I'm here to explaining my knowledge. I'm here to sharing my knowledge. Everything I came here step by step. I talked simply, clearly showed you everything over here. Clearly told that it doesn't need to take this low now because it has made this low. I clearly told you how to use this water block, how to use this propulsion block. Remember what did I say? It can maximum trade that open of that propulsion block. It should not come back again until this order block or the min threshold of this propulsion block here. It can maximum tap to the high, it's acceptable, but it should not reach until the min threshold of that propulsion block or that order block. See this relatively equal lows, I told you that it should be open over here, because if it is open, when market will go a little bit higher, I'll be very much confident that market is going to fall again because it left that clean lows over there. Now my stop loss is over here, actually not there. I'll put it over here, starting below this breaker block. Remember this 15-minute candle, if it closes above the CE, I'm very much confident that this market will reach higher. If it doesn't close above the CE, then it's really a low probability. This market can start to fall from the CE of this new week opening gap. So I have to be a bit careful about my stop loss. I wish that it will give me that 50% trading or the first partial. If it give me that, I'm happy. If it doesn't, I'm also okay. So please, if you took the N2 with me, take a partial over here. No need to take the partial over here. Please take the partial over here. It's 15 handle, man, not small. It's more than 15 handle. Look here. Just take the partial over there. I'm requesting to all of you. No need to hold the partial until this area. I'm going for the maximum. If you remember, that was my first partial level. I put it over there. So please take the partial over here. If any of you took the entry with me, and if you are taking that entry by yourself, do whatever you want to do. I'm with you, my master, all in even my dog. Okay. All to you. Boom. Thank you, sir. Yes. For that boom, ma'am. Dear money penguin, thanks for that penguin. Boom, penguin to profit at $200. That's a winning day. One top step expanded account. Thanks to you. You are most welcome. Nudge books. Okay, thank you, brother. Remember, I'm here to explain more price action. That is why I'm trying to put further stop loss target. Further partial target profit. Because if I'm here inside a trade, I'll keep explaining the price action. This 50% of this new week opening gap, see this dotted line, Market closed above that line, come back again, tap to this line, working as a support. Look at this thing. I'm really happy to see that because it is now working as a support. Whenever it will, until it will keep supporting, I will keep believing this market will go higher. There is one thing is missing. What is that? A fair value gap. From 15 minute, 1 minute chart, a bullish fair value gap is missing. If there was a bullish gap, I showed you in Friday, remember, there was a bullish gap and the speed toward that bullish gap after making that bullish gap, that is still missing. Why is that? Because this is a bearish market. It can fall anywhere. It can fall from anywhere. I just don't know from where it will exactly fall. So I have to be very careful that it can fall. That is why I told that take a partial over here. It's better to take the partial over there. Just 15 handle, take the partial, put your stop loss to the break even, and then see if it can reach until this first presented gap. Okay, until that low of this first presented gap, if it can reach until this area. Because look over here, man, from there to until this area is just 24 handle, a very small run. Today is not high volatile day, so 24 handle is more than enough for being profitable. If you take a partial around 15 handle, near about $300 profit, man. $300 profit. You don't need to miss this whole thing just for that run. Look at over here. My partial is over here. Not even two handle, one handle, two tick. Just for one handle, two tick, you will take all of this loss. Don't do that. Don't do that. Close your trade around 15 handle. Let rest it go. After putting your stop loss to the break even. Simple. Just tapped in 15-minute inverse. Okay, there is a 15-minute inverse. I didn't know that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it can start to fall right now. By the way, guys, if I get stopped out, are you going to write down boom, man? This whole information, this whole consolidation, did I explain with precision? Now, does it look like consolidation to you, or there was logic? Did you saw the logic here? Everything, is it consolidation to you anymore? Trust me, man, I was not able to do this for whole 2024 because that was not precise price action. Now, from the 2nd February of 2025, I am explaining it the way I'm explaining. Is it respecting like that way or not? Ask yourself. This is why I am habituated to trail my stop loss with logic, because I know that I'm not going to get stopped out. But in 2024, it was like disaster to me, absolutely disaster to me. I didn't know what should I do. I was like helpless, absolutely helpless. Logic Brothers, thank you. Wizard is in the house. Yeah, Planner, thanks for that, man. Give you boom in advance. Thank you, Gurmeet. Boom, boom, boom. Thank you, guys. I am more interested to see the likes, actually. How many people give me the likes? Wow. 253 people are watching, 112 likes. Guys, if you push more likes, I'll be really grateful to you, because this information I'm saying you, man, you are not going to get it for free. Here, I have nothing to say right now, except this 50% of that new week opening gap. Except this one, no price action is important over here. No order block, no fair value gap, nothing is important over here. So except this week 50, new week opening gap 50%. On my right, you see this is that whole new week opening gap. This is that 50%. This dotted line is here. This is that same dotted line. Price closed above this dotted line, using this dotted line as a support. Okay, and I prefer that this market will go for this first presented gap, which is unfinished business. So I prefer, because unfinished business, see over here, market tried one time to reach here, failed. One more time to reach here, failed. Third time, try to reach here, failed. Okay, so all of this failure is going to give me the confidence, maybe market will reach at least until this area. Okay, so right now market has provided me the partial. I would love to put my stop loss just one tick below this breaker block, just one tick below this breaker block, by believing this down close body close candle as an order block, which is a middle order block. This whole sell side liquidity here, look at this sell side liquidity. I am believing that market is going to leave this sell side liquidity for later, not now, for later. After reaching to this gap, first presented gap, it will start to fall for this sell side liquidity, that sell side liquidity, finally this sell side liquidity. I prefer first it will reach until this area. What else can happen? If any of these high create relatively equal highs or exact high, let me mark them. This is the first high, and let me change the color. Any of them, if it make clean highs, then this market can fall for this liquidity first before going higher to take that liquidity. Any of them, if it make clean highs. So I'm going to mark all of them and you will keep watching. If any of them can make clean highs, it will fall first to take this liquidity, then it will go for that liquidity. That is why I'm not able to move my stop loss far above. Okay, I'm not able to do that. Now this is broken, so I'm going to remove this one, going to keep this line, and this time I'll put my stop loss just below that candle. Why? Because it is very near to my target. If it reverse and stop me here to trade little more of this breaker block, I will be stopped out. So if I get stopped out here, I'm more than happy here. Okay, because it's illogical to put the stop loss right now over here after taking the partial. If I get stopped out here, I'm okay with that. Otherwise, it will give me the profit to the first presented gap. It's not clean high. Okay, as it is not clean high, I don't need to think about that. If it could make the clean high, then it could fall a bit. Look over here, then you'll understand what did I mean. This high and that high, it has clean highs. It could fall a bit before taking that high. I wish that it will just hit my first presented gap before breaching this middle order block. So if it would love to fall a bit, it can maximum fall until the top open of that candle. Okay, maximum until the open of this candle. And I prefer to hit the first presented gap first, then start to fall for this sell side liquidity, that sell side liquidity, finally that sell side liquidity. If I get stopped out here, I'm okay with that. Just look at here. Came here, put my stop loss 6 handle. For 1.1 handle 2 tick, I took the risk 6 handle. Is it 6 handle 2 tick? 2 tick. Is it good? Absolutely, it's good if you take the partial. You took the partial, it's good because now you have just smallest portion open over there. Boom, boom, boom. Teamed, thank you. Boom, boom. I got a lot of boom, man. Thank you so much. This is what I was doing, man, in 2023. I missed those price action. Now I'm back again. See, this area, whole area is the strongest order block, which is the middle order block. This whole area is the middle order block. Okay? I don't want to see it will be broken. So my stop loss is just 1 tick below that order block. I guess it's not 1 tick below, it's exactly the area, but it's okay. I mean, you know, remember that 50% is not important. So you guys can think that 50% is important. This whole area is the block. This is the middle order block. Whole area, okay. It has no importance of that 50% of that week. It's not immediate rebalance week. If it was immediate rebalance week, then I would mark the 50% of that week to think about the precision. As it's not, I'm not going to do it. Now my stop loss will be 1 tick below that order block level. Just 1 tick below this order block level because it has been respected there. So I don't want to see that it will come back again. Before tapping in a logical level. This is the most logical level. Don't follow my trailing stop loss, to be honest. I have no idea how to do it, but I would love to work with the precision with my expectation. As it has already traded this order block, it doesn't need to come back again to trade this order block again before reaching to a certain level. So this is the most certain level where market should reach. If it doesn't reach over there, I'll be happy. Okay. So here from there to there. So I covered 1 handle 2 tick. I have just covered by my stop loss. Want to say thank you from my heart that I found you from last June. Until today, I know a lot about ICT, not more profit, but can withdraw money from funded account. Brother, don't worry. You are going to get your profit very soon because market has started to work with the precision again. Okay. So I hope that you will get more profit. If I get stopped out here, I'm okay with that. I have the propulsion block here, the candle, this candle, I have this propulsion block, so would love to see here, which is a middle propulsion block. Would love to see it will hold the market, send it until a logical level, most reacted level. It can be reaction, there can be a reaction from this level. So I'd love to put it over there. Is 4:30 15-minute bearish breaker block. 4:30 15-minute. I mean, how do you mark this one as a breaker block? I mean, if you say this one is a bullish breaker block, you can use this one like low, high, lower low, bullish breaker block. So when market came back again to this bullish breaker block, it went a bit higher. You can say like this way, but high, low, higher high, low, higher high. Yeah. Of course. A bit difficult to say this is a high, but of course, it's a this high has been taken here. This is the lowest down close body close candle. Absolutely, brother. You can use this one. By the way, you are okay. I got my boom. Of course, Jack, it can work as a breaker block. Is this whole consolidation? This is crap to you. This is absolutely crap to you. Again, there can be an accident, right? There could be an accident. But did I explain in a logical way over here? Is this crap to you? Or is this absolutely precise price action to you? Now you know that exactly which level market work, how did it work. One thing was missing over here until this unfilled gap. Now this breaker block didn't trade it because this candle validated this breaker block, market didn't came to this breaker block. It's an unfortunate. If it could tap to this breaker block, that could be the best case of scenario. But I would love to look for this breaker block if really market would love to come until this first presented gap. Now guys, this is a buying pressure. Okay, thank you so much guys for writing boom. Thank you so much. We'll call first, I am sure. Okay, and somebody has taken the membership. Who is that? Okay, Jan Trend. Okay, Jan Trend. Hey man, thanks for that membership. Thanks for that appreciation, man. I really appreciate it. Just don't forget to give me the penguin. As you are my member now, you will be able to give the penguin. So please give me the penguin, man. And everyone, please provide the like and the boom, please. Thank you so much for that boom. Thank you so much for the penguin. Thank you so much for everything. Every kind of support, man. Thank you, Jan, for that penguin, man. Now wait a bit, okay? Thank you, Ben, for the penguin, man. Thank you, master. My dog is safe now. If ICT senior stream, he would be proud. Hey, mom, thanks for that compliment, man. I really appreciate it. On your right, look at this, where the market reached to the high of this new week opening gap. I want to see that this high will stop the market, send it lower. If it doesn't want to go this high, because this gap, I want to use this gap as a breakaway gap. That means market is not reaching to this gap. It will be absolutely open over here. This is the last gap from 15-minute chart. I want to see this gap will work as a breakaway gap. That means market is not reaching for this gap. Instead of that, the new week opening gap high will send the market lower now for all of this liquidity. See this liquidity, clean liquidity, market left here, here, and finally obvious liquidity there. I would love to see this market will go for those liquidity now. I mean, Monk, when you saw say it, man, I'm happy because I don't need ICT himself. ICT has a lot of like lot of people to watch. ICT has a lot of them. I have only you guys. So I really appreciate if you guys learn something from here. I will feel proud because I will say that my knowledge is helping any of you. It is if it helps you, I'll be very happy. I clearly told that last year was the disaster to me. From the second week of February, watch every single live from last week and just look what I'm doing here. This is all I learned by myself. So this is all very important if you the priority. If you believe me, if you don't believe me, it's difficult for me. Now, some of you can start to think that this is a bullish market. No, I will start to look for sell now. Any kind of selling opportunity, I'll go for that. Because this whole run believed those people here, believed all of these people to think about buy. All of this support trader, support zone trader, they are thinking that this is a strong support zone. See this zone, it's a very strong support zone. So they want to take the buy here. So they took the buy, market started to go higher. They will keep adding there, and I will start to look for this zone now. Market is going to break this zone now. It is going to break that zone now. That is my belief. I'm not saying any of you to believe me. If you would love to look for any kind of buying opportunity, obviously you can go for it. But now I'm more interested to frame a sell setup instead of buying opportunity. Okay. My wife wants to see your face. I think I needed you. Don't say like that way. I really appreciate you, man. The way you guys help me, I really appreciate you. I really help. I have no word to say, you guys. Favorable guys, if we close below it, okay. Yeah, that was my target for buying. Okay, nice, that's cool. Okay, somebody has taken the membership again. Who is that? Uh, Xavier Bharatiya. Thank you so much, brother, for this appreciation. Just don't forget to provide me the penguin. I love to get the penguin. Now, I'm not talking anything, but you know that what I would say here. I'm not saying anything, but who can tell me if I was talking here, what I would say? Thank you so much, Javier. And don't forget to give me the penguin. Oh, by the way, guys, I would love to remind you one thing, just one more thing, because this is gonna be very end time. This is that Apex 80% discount, which is valid until the day after tomorrow. So if any of you are interested about Apex, make sure that you have used this code, okay? YIZZ Hayes JGN, okay? And lifetime activation fees is gonna be $125. 1 day to pass, 150, 250, 300K are just for $59. 50K account, it's gonna cost $33. So if any of you would love to use, it will be really appreciated if you use the code. If you don't want to use, you are also welcome. And if you want a daily payout, then you can watch at the top of this screen. Take Profit Trader, use the code T2Wizard for 50% discount, where you will be able to get your daily payout. So you don't need to wait for 5 days, 10 days, something like that. You will just get your payout every day. What is the meaning of penguin? Penguin is a bird. I really love it. That's why I prefer, or I really appreciate it if you guys give me the penguin. It's a bird, okay? I watched a movie when I was kid. From there, I had a dream that I will go to the penguin city one day in my life. That was Happy Feet, if I'm not mistaken. That was Happy Feet, that movie I watched, and from there, I'm really a fan of penguin. That's why I keep asking my friends and members over here to give me the penguin. That's all. That is the secret story behind the penguin. Thank you guys for all of your appreciation. Just push the like button. If you didn't push the like button yet, then please push the like button. Let me check how many likes did I get. 143 likes I got. Just 7 more likes, so to make it 150 likes. Just make it 150. Okay, 225 people are watching. Then please push it. Now, if I were talking to you, what I would say over here? Anybody can tell me what I would say you here? Are you from Nepal? No, I'm not from Nepal. I'm from Bangladesh. Thanks for that penguin, ma'am. Who can tell me that what I would say here if I was talking? Oh, Mahdi. So you are supposed to watch Mr. Proper's Penguins 2021 movies. I will watch it. I really didn't know that. Is that okay? No, I wouldn't say that. I would say that this is my first presented gap. For the first time in a day, market will tap to this first presented gap. I would love to take. I'm going to observe this. Okay, I'm not going to take it. I'll observe it. Stop loss is gonna be 1 tick above that candle, which is gonna be my first presented gap candle. Stop loss is gonna be there. My target will be 25 handle. Where is 25 handle? 25 handle. 25 handle. 25. 2, 3, 4, 5. But it's, to be honest, it's little risky because this is a really choppy price action. But that could be my observation for the first presented gap. For the first time, it will tap to the first presented gap. I would love to believe that this is going to stop the market, sending it lower again for this liquidity. Okay, so I would love to go for 25 handle. But as this is a slow day, you see this slow day, I really don't want to hold it for 25 handle. Even if I would love to hold it until 25 handle, maybe I'll try to take some partial, because you can see this is a very slow day, right? But it's up to you. I would love to observe this first presented gap, which is, according to me, this is a first gap. Let me show this gap as well. I have no idea how to use this gap. I have no idea. Okay, I'm going to surrender here. According to ICT, this is the first presented gap. I have no idea how to use this gap. But this is my first presented gap, which I'm going to mark, not because it is around 9:30. I would love to look for the first gap, which will be at least 5 handle, okay. And for the first time, if it is CB, I will take the sell. If it is BC, I will take the buy. For the first time, it will came to this first presented gap, and I would love to observe it. If it can give me at least 25 handle. Stop loss is going to be above the candle which has made this first presented gap, just 1 tick above that candle. If I see above here, it's like 30 handle, 40 handle, something like that, then I will make it at least 1:1. So 25 handle is my target. 25 handle is gonna be my stop loss. If around this area, if it is more than 25 handles, then I will make it 1:1. So either I will get the 25 profit or I will get 25 loss. Every single day I will go. Last week it worked 3 days. Before the last week it worked three days. 2 days it didn't work. So let's see, this week just started, and if it can give me 25 handle by Monday, and then we'll see over the rest of the things again. But to be honest, after that buy, you should not take another entry. You can see this is a very slow market, and if you ask me to read all of this price again, I will start to cry, man. I have nothing to say except crying. But if I see something very specific, I will talk about this. Here, look at this order block, mean threshold reaction, order block, how it engineered liquidity, take that liquidity, fail to take that low. So until it built that low, there was a possibility that market will fall for that low. There was a possibility. Though after that reaction, I didn't want to see that, but it could do that. But when I saw this liquidity has created, I'm more confident that market is not going to take that on. Yeah, it can maximum reach until the 50% of that week, but not going to take that low. When I saw this market fail to reach even until the 50% of that week, I was extremely bullish until this 50% of that new week opening gap. When it reached here, I was not confident enough to hold my buy, so I put my stop loss to the break even. Then I saw this liquidity market has created, I wanted to see it will be left open here. Why? So that when market will reach to the unfinished business, this is the unfinished business, first presented gap, unfinished business, it reached until this area. Now I'm more happy to see that first it will take this liquidity, then it will take that liquidity, then it will go for that liquidity. Sakib Al Hassan is the all-rounder. He was number one all-rounder for long time. Okay, so of course I have to say that he's one of the best player all over the world because he was the number one all-rounder for so long. Guys, just make sure that you are not what to say. I don't know. Look at the speed here. Okay, no, like from here to here, just two handle, just two handle. So it's really so low volatility. If you have the energy to hold this trade, you can trade it. I mean, just take one contract, something like that, because the 111 handle is stop loss. You can try this one just because 11 handle, but I don't think so. It's you are going to get a huge move. Okay, something like that type of move. It's gonna be like consolidation rest of the day. So just be careful if you would love to take that entry. 115-minute candle close below the new week opening gap and price created a bearish 15-minute favorable gap. How was you confident that it will not hold price and send low? I was not confident, brother. I never say that it is reaching for this area. I never say that. I told that anytime it can start to fall. I am predicting it will reach at least until this gap because it was an unfinished business. I was believing it will reach over here, but I was not confident because my bias was bearish. Market closed below this new week opening gap. There was a 15-minute bearish gap. So when I saw that market reached to this 50%, I simply put my stop loss to the break even because it could simply start to fall as my bias was bearish. So I didn't know that it will reach until that area. If there was a buy side liquidity, like something like this, sell side liquidity, see this sell side liquidity, sell side liquidity. If there was something like that, then I could be confident. No, market is going to take that liquidity before even falling. As I didn't have that, I wasn't confident. It could simply fall from anywhere. Like over here, you see this bullish gap from 15-minute chart. I know that it's going to be broken. Why? Because my bias is bearish. I believe that this market will keep falling. But before falling, it can damage a lot of things. I'm predicting this is going to be breakaway gap. This high of this new week opening gap is going to stop the market, sending it lower again because it left the sign over here. I can be absolutely wrong. This can start to go higher again because today is half day, right? So in a half day, a lot of things can happen. Hey T2C, I have been watching you from a while now and I have been watching other ICT traders too, and I personally find your trades the most accurate because of the safety measure. Okay, thank you, Abdul Wahab. And yes, Jack Callis, the best all-rounder of all time. Lol. Yeah, of course, Jack Callis is also one of the best all-rounder. I just told that Sakib Al Hasan was like for so long as first all ranking one all-rounder. So he's a good player. Actually, I stopped watching cricket when the politics came into the cricket. I stopped watching it. Sometimes I watch football right now, but I don't watch cricket anymore. I just watch the highlights. That's all. I just wanted to appreciate you because of your consistency. Keep it up. Thank you so much, Abdul Wahab. Just give me the like. I will really appreciate if you provide me the likes. See this gap. I want to see that it will be violated. This gap, there will be a overlapped gap here. There will be an overlapped gap. Like another candle will close below this gap. That will give me the precision to add more to this gap for taking sell. Overlapped gap. So you can say that this is a bullish gap. Market will tap to this gap. It will keep going higher. And I will say that no, market has engineered liquidity here. See this liquidity here. So it's a trap gap. This is engineered liquidity. So market has engineered liquidity here. This is a trap gap. So new ICT trader, they will see this is a bullish gap. They will start to take the buy. But I prefer that this gap will be overlapped and market will keep falling because it engineered the liquidity here. Now it's a very slow market, and you can see 1 minute candle is not moving anywhere. It just stopped to there. So let me remove this one. It just stopped over there and it's just not moving anywhere. So to be honest, it's too boring to trade right now, and I have no way to go all of this thing again one more time. But if you ask me, I'm more interested to think that market will keep falling because of this sell side liquidity. But it can rest of the day, it can just keep consolidating in this same area. First day here, liked, subscribed, and looking forward to learning more and making dollar with you all. The FI nurse. Hey brother, thanks for that. Thanks for being here. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for giving the likes, man. Thank you so much. The Sakib always quarrels. Okay, man, just let it go. I'm not, as I told, I'm not a biased, cricket biased anymore. I don't watch cricket anymore. When the politics came, I stopped watching cricket. So I'm not a cricket biased anymore. I don't want to see this market will take that high. I don't want to see this high will be taken before taking this low. So if it would love to take that high, it has to do something like this. Something like this. If it wants to take that high, of course, I'm not interested to see this high will be taken. I would love to see that it will work like this way. It can maximum go above that high one more time. It can go over there, then it will fall. It will use this gap as a reclaimed gap inverse way. Then it will fall for this sell side liquidity at least until this area. Then from the breaker block, there will be a reverse. Anything over here from the bearish period to take this sell side liquidity. Something like that. I would love to see something like that. If it doesn't take that high, that is more perfect. But it can maximum take that high. If it doesn't take that high, that is absolutely okay. But this gap, the new trader, they will see this is a bullish gap to take the buy. But how to use this gap? Remember, it has engineered liquidity. So this gap is called the trap gap. If it take that high, it's reclaimed gap. If it fail to take that high, it's the trap gap. So you should not take the buy from this gap. But of course, if you are looking for buy, you can take the buy from there. Of course, you can go for it. But I'm not seeing this gap as a buying opportunity. But of course, it can start to go higher and you can use this gap. Just I don't want to take any blame from you. That's all, brother. But most probably the rest of the day it will be consolidation. Just not moving anywhere. Just not moving anywhere. It will be keep consolidating. As today is a small day, market is low consolidation day. Sorry, no low consolidation. It's a half day, right? 1 p.m. is gonna be closed. Market is going to close around 1 p.m. So it has taken that high, which is perfect. Now I would love to see it will work as a reclaimed gap. This high has taken. I would love to see this will work as a reclaimed gap. So it will fall, and the highest up close body close candle is going to be my order block, and then market will keep falling. That's all I want to see. Just don't want to see this high will be taken, because if this high is taken, then there is much more possibility this market will go at least until this 50%. Last parabolic of this 15-minute chart. Until this last parabolic from the 15-minute chart, it has the possibility to reach until this area. I just don't want to see that. That has taken, so it can keep going higher now. I'm just not interested to push my button anymore over here because this is absolutely slow market. This is too slow. Just not going here. If I get any kind of confirmation or perfect setup, sell setup, I will go for that sell. Otherwise, I will not push any button over here. So let me mark the high of this candle because that will be my stop loss from the first presented gap. If this high is taken, then first presented gap didn't work today. I'll say like that way. If this high is taken, right? According to our first presented gap entry. I was expecting this is going to happen. If it started to happen, then I would frame a sell setup from there. As it didn't happen, I'm not going to take that entry. Just be careful about this engineered liquidity, how it has engineered the liquidity. It's going to fall. But how it is going to fall, we'll see that. This is the last fair value gap. I really don't want to see that market will tap to this last fair value gap. Before tapping to this last fair value gap, it should keep falling. We'll wait a bit because 10:59 here, so around 11. This is the macro. So around the macro, there is some kind of fake move. Around the macro time, it can give me the Judas swing. You remember top of the hour Judas swing, middle of the hour real direction expansion. So I don't know you guys took those notes or not, because also the ICT fan, you are not going to get this information from ICT himself as well. So top of the hour is the fake move or the Judas swing, and then middle of the hour is the real direction move. Most of the time it happens like that way. So I'd love to see if it works like that way today. More interested to think about the fall. See you, Suziban. To be honest, it's too boring. So let's see. See this top of the hour run. I mean, it's kind of fake run. I really don't want to see this fake run around top of the hour. When I'm holding bearish bias, if it keep going higher, what I will do? Nothing. Simply I will do nothing because I'm holding bearish bias. I am seeing this liquidity here. So I will do nothing. If it fall to this gap, if it keep going higher for this buy side liquidity, see this buy side liquidity here, which is a shallow run above this relatively equal highs. This is shallow run, which is an obvious liquidity. It will go for that obvious liquidity. I don't care about that because I'm holding my bearish bias. So I'm more interested to frame the sell. If it doesn't provide me the selling opportunity, I'll not go for that trade. Simple, I will not go for that trade. Buying, if you wanted to buy, then you have to take the buy at the beginning of the run. This is middle of the run. At the middle of the run, no trade should be done. At least not before the manipulation. Do you understand? This was the starting of the run. You will notice that most of the time I frame my trade at the beginning of the run. You have to do it at the beginning. At the middle of the run, no, please don't do that. I don't want to see that it will tap to this gap, 15-minute gap. It should be the breakaway gap. This gap, okay, this line is the 15-minute gap low, high, and the low. This red line is the 15-minute gap low. I really don't want to see that it will tap to this gap. If it tap to this gap, it's a low probability to me to think about the sell anymore. So I don't want to see it will tap to this gap. But brother, you are absolutely wrong. Market is reaching over here. Of course it can reach over here. But if it doesn't reach here, that is the high probability to me. Okay, so first presented gap today didn't work. Just one way. I'm just talking about for the first time. It didn't work for the first time today. Not going to use it opposite way because just on the right way. Did it work or not? Excuse me. Now it reached to this last parabolic. To be honest, I'm not going to frame. Buy is not obviously I'm going to take the buy, but let's see how it is going to react. I don't need to take every single move. I mean run. I don't need to take every single run, and I don't want to take every single run. swing high, swing low. No, I'll just frame one trade, I'll go for that trade. So here I'm just waiting for the sell so that I can catch the sell at the beginning of the run. If I am not able to take that sell, brother. Yeah, sure. You're welcome. T. Okay, no problem. By the way, I forgot to ask you. Anybody took that buy with me? Anybody took the buy? I forgot to ask, man. I need to know if anyone took that buy or not. Of course, if you take the buy, of course, that should be your analysis, not me. Okay, don't copy my trade. Never ever copy my trade, please. Okay, Ray, you took the buy. Ben Cruz, you took the buy. One. Oh, okay. One, what does it mean? One. I took it partially. Okay, Juan. That's cool, man. Sarias, you took it. Jan, you took it. Mehdi, you took. Nishu, you took. Ray after Asia low swept. Okay, that's cool, man. The way you are trading macros in the old days, if it had taken the sell side liquidity, give the MSS, you would have gone for buy just account to the macro, right? I didn't see the macro actually. Let me check. According to the macro, I have to watch both of the chart so that I am not going to miss it. Okay, so here you can see here market, if I am looking for the macro entry, okay, just if I am looking for the macro entry, remember this is only valid for the macro, not for the price action. Macro is something that is too clean and you need both E-mini S&P chart and Nasdaq chart. 1050, this is that candle. Okay, so I would love to mark a line over there around 1050. This is the 1050. In between 1050 to 1110, if I would love to go for the macro, market came here for the first time. What it has done? Did it take the liquidity? No. No sell side liquidity has taken. Did it take the buy side liquidity? Of course, it has taken the buy side liquidity. Any kind of lower market structure shift, I'll go for the sell before 1110. Before 1110 for Nasdaq. Now let me check what happened in E-mini S&P. 1050. What market has done? Market has taken the liquidity first. Market has taken the sell side liquidity. You see the sell side liquidity has taken all of this loss. I mean, there's a lot of explanation over here. The sell side liquidity has taken, give me the market structure shift, fair value gap over here. After inside the macro, I would love to take the buy here from this fair value gap. Here, stop loss is going to be in a logical level, wherever the logical level, target is gonna be 5 handle. 4, 5. Now it will work today or not, I don't know, because it's really too slow market. Too slow, right? You can see that it's not that much volatile. From there to there, it's not huge run, I guess. From there to there, just 11 handle. So I really don't know it will reach until 5 handle or not. According to the macro, I got the buying opportunity in E-mini S&P already. I don't need to get the entry opportunity in Nasdaq. Any of them should provide me the entry. Let's go to the 1030. Sorry, 950, 1010. So here is the 950, 1010. We didn't have any news, right? So far I know that there was no news. So let's go for the 950. Here, this is the 950 to 1110. Sorry, 1010 here. So when market came inside this area for the first time, what market has taken? Market has taken the buy side liquidity here. By that specific candle, it has taken the buy side liquidity. Any kind of market structure shift, I am seeing this is the lower market structure shift. Here, I got the lower market structure shift. Is there any fair value gap? No, there is no fair value gap. So I have already seen that E-mini Nasdaq has taken the sell side liquidity, the buy side liquidity. Whatever I will get for the first time inside this macro with a fair value gap, that is my opportunity. So after the sell side liquidity, buy side liquidity taken, look at here. This high has been shifted over here by that specific candle. See this candle over here? It has provided me the market structure shift. All I need a fair value gap. Do I have a fair value gap over here? around this area. Look at this. I'm going to mark it from until the volume balance, but you can mark until this high here. I'm going to mark it until the volume balance. That is my buy over there. From to the top of this gap, that is my buy. Stop loss is going to be below that candle. I don't care how much the stop loss will be. It has to be below that candle which has taken the liquidity. Target will be 20 handle. Just exactly 20 handle, not one handle more than 20 handle, not less than 20 handle. It should be 20 handle, no trailing stop loss, nothing. Either it will hit your target or it will hit your stop loss. Either it will hit your target or it will hit your stop loss. Same thing in E-mini S&P. Look here what happened in this macro around E-mini S&P. This is the first time market came inside the macro. It didn't take the high. See, so no buy side liquidity is taken. So lower market structure shift is not valid. Did it take the sell side liquidity? No, it didn't take the sell side liquidity. It has built the sell side liquidity here. This low and that low, built the sell side liquidity, but didn't take the sell side liquidity. So I can't use this as my market structure shift. Instead of that, I will say that when this candle appeared here, it has taken the buy side liquidity. If I get the market structure shift before this line, I would go for that sell. No buy is valid for E-mini S&P. So 950, 1010, E-mini Nasdaq has provided me the buying opportunity, but the E-mini S&P didn't provide me anything. So for this macro, I didn't get anything for E-mini S&P. And if you watch here, this macro over here, which is around this area, here, E-mini S&P has provided me the buying opportunity, where E-mini Nasdaq didn't give me anything over here. So this is the first macro, 950, 1010. This is the 1150, 1210 macro. This is just for them who doesn't want to read this beautiful price action. This macro is the most easiest thing. It is, I call this is for under 18 people, okay, who are just kid. They don't want to read anything. They don't want to do any hard work, just nothing. They want the profit. Go for 4 macro, watch the macro list playlist and go for this. Is that clear, Shubh? You think price can head into, brother, I am not thinking anything instead of selling. If you ask me, I'm more interested to just take the sell. Forget about this macro or everything, because I'm not interested to talk about this. I just explained it to Gupta. That is why, okay? But I am only interested to take the sell. No buy is valid to me. I will keep looking for selling opportunity. If it provides me the sell, whenever market will go below this first presented gap, any kind of selling opportunity, I'll go for this. Because that was the only thing market I wanted to see. It will be a breakaway gap. But if it is not breakaway gap, of course, this is the last parabolic gap. The power of this last parabolic gap, you all know the power of this parabolic gap. So I'm only interested to think about sell. If it go below this first presented gap again, I'll start to frame the selling opportunity of it. Teamed, I took the buy 5 micros for 30 handle. That's cool. Teamed, congratulations, brother. Got it, thanks. Yeah, Gupta, thank you so much, brother. By the way, guys, I'm looking for sell. That doesn't mean you have to look for the sell. If you would love to trade again and again, please go for it. But in my opinion, trading should be done. But I'm still here. I would love to look for any other opportunity to take the sell until 11:30. So if I find another entry opportunity before 11:30, I'll go for that. By the way, guys, I talk too much. Last day, one guys tell that, brother, stop talking. Okay, 163 likes. I really appreciate it, man. Okay, did I get any subscriber today, by the way? 9817 subscriber, just one subscriber. Okay, no problem. It was 816 subscriber today. Okay, so guys, if all of you know about this giveaway, so please join over here, and I have already explained how to join everything. Let it be. Don't forget to use the code T2 Wizard if any of you are going to plan to take the Take Profit Trader for payout. Just use the code T2 Wizard. I'll really appreciate all of you. Okay. No, the first fair value gap is not, I'm not going to use it twice. I would love to use it just one time. So for the first time it will come here, I would love to frame a setup. If it work, perfect. If it doesn't work, I'll let this go. I'll keep watching. So you observe it, how many times does it work. It will work at least 3 days in a week. Today it didn't work, no worries, tomorrow I will come back again for the first presented gap. I'm not looking this one as a buying opportunity. I will keep looking for selling opportunity only. So this is, as my bias is bearish, I would wait to see body close below this first presented gap, then I will start to frame the sell setup. All the sell side liquidity should be triggered. So I'm only interested to frame the sell setup, not buying buy setup. I can frame a sell over here, which is 100% risky. Above the first presented gap, no buy should be valid. It should be below the first presented gap. Walaikum salam, Tahir Mustafa. It's been a long, I don't see your name, man. How are you, by the way? Everything is okay, man? I'm little, I'm little got hard today. Just one subscriber did I take. It was 9,816 subscriber. Now it's 9,817. But it's okay. I thought that I will get at least 5 to 10 subscriber today. Sometimes shit happens, right? Maybe because the way I explained, I was expecting so I will get some more subscriber. It's okay. Fine, Alhamdulillah. Thank you, Tahir. I am really happy that you are okay, man. Where have you been? I mean, why you are lost? Hi, Titu, you are still awesome. Hey, Jerry, thank you so much, man. I love you. You are awesome too, man. By the way, where is Nicolo? I didn't see his name today, Nicolo Bruno. I found Jerry, I found Tahir, but where is Nicolo? Okay, it's going higher. I don't care, man. I really don't care. I was looking for sell. It is going higher. I don't care about that. I'm wrong? Yes, sir. I'm very happy for getting wrong. I'm cool with that. I will unsubscribe then subscribe, bro. Don't do that. Hey, bro, my friends say me that today will be bullish day, but you say bearish. But I have an into one but. Yeah, I was looking for sell, brother. Still, I'm looking for sell. Though I don't have that much time, but I believe that this market will fall. So though it came here, here is my first opportunity to frame a sell opportunity. I didn't find any opportunity. Still, I'm watching this market. Okay, as it is a half day, so I don't think so that I will get the entry opportunity, but I prefer that market will take all of this liquidity. So it will fall first. If it doesn't fall, I'll just miss the trade. That's all, brother. I'm around just focus on practicing the studies. It's cool, man. Always practice. Learning never ends. Learning never ends. So guys, just remember, I'm not interested to frame any buying opportunity. I will frame any kind of selling opportunity below this first presented gap. I will look for only sell. This sell side liquidity, keep them on your mind, because when I saw this here, I'm not framing any buy. It was overzealous. It reached until this area. I'm okay with that, which is also the 1 minute last fair value gap. From here, you can see this is that 1 minute last fair value gap. If it started to stop the market, this is that 8:30 open. Okay, look at this 8:30 open. This is the 8:30 open. So above this 8:30 open, not extremely premium, but still this is premium. Extreme premium is above this midnight open. That is the extreme premium. But in the morning session, above this 8:30 is also premium. It came until this premium zone, as well as the last parabolic from 1 minute chart, as well as the, remember the week 50%, weekly week 50%, which is here around this level, exactly over here. So around this area. So whatever it is has been traded. If it started to fall, I will frame the sell only. Not interested to buy before 11:30. 12 minutes to left. If there is some kind of volatility, maybe I'll be able to get that sell. If it keep going higher, I will do nothing. Today is a half day and market is extremely slow. You can see, man, it's extremely slow. From there to there, how many handle is over here? From there to there, it's just 27 handle. But in other day, this is like 80, 90 handle, something like that. But today it's just 27 handle from until this area. So it's a very slow market, very boring market. Most preferable area is not to trade over here. All this sell side liquidity is my interest now. Why they left this sell side liquidity over here if it doesn't want to take them? Why it has built that liquidity? It never take that liquidity. See, never. Just keep going higher by believing that this market is a bullish market. When this high has taken over here, I told that it can reach now until the last parabolic, because this high is more important than anything else over here. That is specific high from 1 minute chart. When it has taken, it reached until this area. So I miss all of this run. It's okay, absolutely okay for me. I will try to frame the sell only. If it doesn't provide me sell, I will let this go. I saw this jack. This is relatively equal highs, which is taken over here as a shallow run. This should not be taken because of this. Because of this, it should be respected from the mean threshold of this order block, come again until this bullish gap, or the 50% of that weekly week should be respected. That should be respected. It should fall for this area, but more probably it's gonna be consolidated. Okay, it's not moving anywhere. It will just keep consolidate, and tomorrow the manipulation will happen. Okay, the manipulation tomorrow will happen. Market will fall, take that liquidity, then those buy side liquidity will be taken in Wednesday or Thursday, maybe by FOMC. If FOMC left that buy side liquidity open, then Thursday PMI will take that buy side liquidity. These two line, which is the weekly 30%, 20% TGIF, if it is not done by today, it's gonna be done by tomorrow. And at the same time, this two line is according with this daily bullish gap. From 15-minute chart, I have this clean obvious liquidity over here around this area, and below this obvious liquidity I have this sell side liquidity here, and then finally this whole zone. From 15-minute chart, this is the last fair value gap which is holding the market. I prefer that it will keep holding the market. From the hourly chart, this is that last fair value gap, highest up close body close candle, which is the order block. This order block got validated by that specific candle. This market come back again to trade this order block open. Where this order block open, it has traded this open. Now it will start to fall. If it doesn't do that, then I will have nothing to do over here, because of all of my higher time frame is telling me it should fall. I will move my idea from here. We'll start to keep thinking about the buy if this high is taken from the hourly chart. If this high is taken with a bullish gap from the hourly chart, I'll start to look for buying opportunity for that all-time high. For all of this buy side liquidity, I'll start to look for them if this high is taken with a bullish fair value gap from the hourly chart. Then I will start to look for buying opportunity. Thursday is gonna be my best area to trade. In my opinion, that is the high probable area to trade. I believe that it is the starting of the fall. Okay, this is the starting of the fall. I hope so. Let's see. Not going to take any entry. Okay, just watching it. Now this is maybe the starting of the fall. After reaching to this premium zone, maybe this is starting the fall, but not going to take the sell because it is above the first presented gap. If I would love to take a sell, I have to wait at least until body close below this first presented gap. Before that, I don't want to take any kind of sell. It can simply respect this first presented gap 1,000 times before falling. Hey Outlander, good night, brother. I am also going to close my stream after 5 minutes. Just would love to see the fall, starting the fall. Then we'll close. In the meantime, if I can push the button, I'll push the button. Otherwise, I'll just close the stream. Just waiting to see if it can provide me any kind of selling opportunity. If it doesn't, then nothing to do. তোমার জন্য নীলছে আলো, একটুখানি আলো, ভোরের রং রাতের মিশে কালো, কাঠগোলাপের সাদা মালা মিশিয়ে দিয়ে ভাবি, আচ্ছা নীল তোমার লাগে ভালো। তোমার জন্য এত দিন নদী হয়ে জেগে থাকা, তোমার আমার ভালো লাগা, কাঠগোলাপের সাদা মালা মিশিয়ে দিয়ে ভাবি, আচ্ছা নীল তোমার লাগে ভালো। See this sell side liquidity taken here. Going to expect this is gonna be the same thing here. Why you are thinking about sell only? Because I have the sell side liquidity only. So I'm only interested to frame the sell opportunity, not interested to look for the buying opportunity. Until the higher time frame is going to confirm that this is a bullish market. If higher time frame would love to confirm the bullish market, then it wouldn't leave that sell side liquidity like this way. Okay. So this is something why it is doing like this, because today is half day. As it is half day, it can do that. That is why I told that I'm only interested to take my entry around 10 a.m. That is the best case of area to frame the buy setup. After 10 or around 10 a.m., that is the best area to take the entry, not around 9:30. What made you decide not to use SMT with your trading plan? My monitor. I have just one monitor right now. I can't use SMT with one monitor. I need more monitor. So I need at least one more monitor to frame to add SMT with my concept or with my price action. Just by this thing is not enough. It's not enough. Oh, by the way, look at this macro. See this 5 handle macro for this macro, perfect. For that macro, perfect. 950 1010 macro, 1050 1110 macro, 5 handle here, 20 handle. This is the macro. It is only for those people who are not interested to learn the price action. They want something very easy. Use this concept. You will find it in our YouTube channel. I have explained it clearly, and you will get everything over there. It's too easy to frame the setup. All you have to do is just some back test, some for test, build your confidence, use the macro only. It's gonna change your life, man. If you are like feel like it's so difficult to read the price, if you feel like that way, then use the macro. That is the first thing I did in my life in YouTube channel. First 3 months, I went just for the macro. Just for the macro. I showed it every single day for macro. In that time, if you remember, I came around the morning, I closed my session around the evening session. I went for the macro only. Just for entry 950 1010, 1050 1110, 150 210, 250 310. This is just for macro. You can use this if you want. তোমার জন্য নীলছে তার একটুখানি আলো, ভোরের রং রাতের মিশে কালো, কাঠগোলাপের সাদা মায়া মিশিয়ে দিয়ে ভাবি, আচ্ছন্ন তোমার লাগে ভালো, তোমার জন্য এতগুলো দিন অধীর হয়ে জেগে থাকা, তোমার সাথে আমার ভালো লাগা। Okay, guys, to be honest, it's done for today. I am not interested to trade anymore as it is the, I mean, until 11:30. If it could frame any sell setup, maybe I would go for that sell. Right now, even if it is started to fall, I will not go for that sell. So I'll just let the rest day go. I hope that everyone has learned something. If you learn anything from here, don't forget to just write down boom. I would love to see how many people actually got something from all of this price action explanation over there. Just write down boom before I close the stream. If any of you would love to use the code, use the prof from Take Profit Trader where we have 50% discount, use the code T2 Wizard. That will be great appreciation. Mahdi, Gurmeet, Jack, Jamie. Good morning, Jamie. I'm going to close, man. By the way, Gurmeet, thank you so much. So at least I got Mahdi, Gurmeet, and Jack who got something from here. Thank you so much, brother. Just make sure that you just took the notes and rest go. Okay. Thank you for being over here. Until the next session, take care of yourself, take care of your family, take care everyone. Be good, healthy. Cheers, guys.